panel, poetic cards. Oh, wow. I just started shuffling. 3 cards came out. Um, so if you found this video, just be receptive to the message. Let me check the energy for you guys, and let's have fun. Okay, so let's look at the first 3 cards that fell. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this card is about taking action. It is cultivating something in the physical. We see that there's plants are all around this lady, but she's also drawing a pentacle. So there's also 2 pentacles. So 2 represents balance of some kind. So by acting in the physical, by taking action that is aligned, both body, heart, mind, soul, you cultivate beauty. But alongside the Knight of Pentacles is the Ace of Cups, reverse, and the Nine of Wands, both of the Sun card. So let's see. Are you trying too hard to get something off the ground? Are you not pouring into yourself? Are you thinking, I have to work so hard to get the thing that I need, that you're lacking energy, time for yourself? This card is giving me a very restless energy. It feels, I wouldn't say urgent, but it's like I really have to get this done. Like it doesn't matter. Like I will give up sleep. I will do whatever it takes. Like this is kind of given the sort of energy of I'll do what it takes to complete whatever I set my mind on, but my sense of self is not the priority. But the Sun card being the last card, it feels like this is a realization. 9 is for completion, and oftentimes in traditional tarot, the 9 of Wands is like the wounded warrior, the person that had to carry all 9 wands and like stick it in the yard, in the plane, and it's just like been a tiring endeavor. It's super exhausting endeavor, but there's like light at the end of the tunnel here. So there's a realization that no, my priority will always be self. I will always focus on myself. I am going to pour into this cup. Water is emotional energy, it's love, it's an act of self love that is going on, this realization. And when you pour that cup to the point that it overflows, then it hits all the soil, all the fertile soil. And that is when you feel inspired to act, to create, because it brings joy, because it ignites you. And then you just see your efforts bear fruit on several magnitudes. So it feels like there has been this realization that I myself will always be the priority before all things. And therefore, alignment with myself is what allows me to create, is what allows me to build in the most efficient and practical sense. The King of Pentacles is a card of taking your time, being present with what you're doing, not rushing, really taking the time to analyze, to be meticulous. So, whatever this endeavor may be, it can be as something as constructive as a business, a creative endeavor. It feels like this is something that you're putting your all into, and that's a beautiful thing. And then we have the Two of Swords, walking in blind faith. This is the phrase that comes to mind when I see this card. So we see that this person is blindfolded and they're pretty much crossing their arms, which means like it's kind of like free falling, like I'm willing to free fall. But they're not necessarily like, it does look like the hair is rising up as if like they are like falling from the sky. But behind this person is a tree. Or, yeah, it looks like a tree. It has like branches that are surrounding them. So when you walk in faith, when you walk in self love, you will always be supported. There will always be support all around you, even when you're just taking a step at a time. It feels like whoever this reading is for, you are working on something that is pretty much a leap into the unknown. You're like, I know why I'm working on this project. Like, there is an outcome that brightens you up, that ignites you, that really sets your soul on fire. But getting to that outcome, it's like you can only take one step at a time towards it. And it seems that this is the epiphany that's happening, where it's like, all I have to do is trust myself and just take the leap, take the step forward, and refine. Look at what's being done and refine and continue refining. You yourself is the ultimate project because you're constantly becoming. You're constantly realizing more about yourself. You're constantly emanating more of a natural expression of self. And it is being showcased in whatever practical endeavor you may be doing. So, self love in the instance that I am talking about is not just like pampering yourself, not taking yourself out to eat, not getting new clothes and whatnot. Like, that's just very small part of it. But self love is being able to see yourself truly, being able to confirm. I guess that's the confirmation. It's about being able to be aware of self and being present with self, no matter what the circumstances look like, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what you're thinking, saying, or doing, but being able to be clear on who you are and constantly making that decision to be that person that knows themselves to such a T, to such a degree, that they can walk in blind faith confidently, curating the life of their dreams. Powerful stuff. And just as I said that, Queen of Pentacles. This is a woman that knows her worth to her T. Sorry for any noise from the outside. So, the Queen of Pentacles is a queen that knows her worth, that knows where she belongs, that knows how to preserve her sense of self. And she is also a very fertile person, because look at this, fertile in the sense of, like, there is so much growth to be had at the core of her center. You are an embodiment of creation. You are an embodiment of creativity. You have an abundance of ideas. You have an abundance of ways to express yourself. You're a multi-dimensional, multifaceted individual. And that is something to appreciate, that is something to honor. It is a very divine hallmark of existence that you carry. So don't take that for granted. Whoever this is for, don't take yourself for granted. You are a lot more powerful than you think. And whatever you're working on, whether it is yourself or that project, you must realize that it's all stemming from you, that everything is an extension of you. I kind of want to read the book to see. Okay, mastery, not control of nature, a bond between the internal and external. So, yeah, that's pristine balance right there. That is pristine harmony right there. Let's get one more card. King of Wands. With that realization of who you are, the person that mastered themselves, because you are a master in design, whether you know it or not. But the key is knowing it. For here's the King of Wands. This is a card of empowered action, knowing yourself and stepping into your power, and acting from that place, because that is a choice. And really interestingly, there are pentacles, the sword, and cups. So this is also the magician. You have everything that you need to create. And you yourself is the only thing you need to create, to curate this new life, this new project, this new extension of yourself. The way to engage in this is to realize that to fill your cup, to love yourself, is, yes, to see yourself truly. And the question may be is like, how do I do that? Who am I really? And those are like the starting questions. That's how you cultivate awareness of self. Awareness in the sense that you are able to observe your thoughts and feelings, but you don't identify with them. No matter what may happen in life, if you're able to control your responses to things, then you are in your power, because your perspective and your response to things outside of you, whether it's events, people, places, situations, does not matter. That will determine, that will tell you, that will give you the information that you need to know where you stand in relation to self. And it's not about being perfect or like the idea of human perfection. It is more so being able to realign and refine that process. You are constantly becoming more and more, because you are an embodiment of infinity. And that sounds very grandiose, but it is the truth. We are in a universe that constantly grows, 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 and there's infinite amount of potentialities and parallel realities out there. And it seems like a very extravagant approach at looking at this thing, but everything that we do is multidimensional. Everything that we do is full of perspectives. Your only job is to choose, what perspective do I want to carry for myself? And how do I enact that perspective? And once you decide to enact and embody the perspective you're choosing, which is someone that is full of abundance, someone that has all the right ideas, someone that knows their worth, then whatever you work on is going to be a masterpiece, because you yourself are a master. So I hope that this has helped. Sorry about the background noise if the microphone has caught it. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care.